You know Jaguar's on some serious shit when they got their own exclusive Bubsy game, goddamn. Fairy Tale Bubsy no less. Like Zool, there's a lot of set dressing and details that makes the levels look busy, but I feel this does a better job holding a consistent feel, even if that feel isn't as interesting as Zool's. So yeah, you run, jump and glide, which is amazingly not the same button as jump, so twiddly mid-air button alternations are a must. A 10-minute timer and 9 lives, because cat puns are always preferred. Sure, it's a bit of a sensory overload kind of platformer with random shit making sky podiums. It's messy, but again, I think it's quite interesting to look at in its ways, like Zool, but more focused. They're fairly comparable games. Bubsy is also fast, but more sense of momentum, especially jumping or coming downhill. The screen could definitely use some repositioning for seeing what's ahead, but honestly it's actually pretty fun darting around and launching off slopes into unforeseeable certain death. Balls to the wall kinda shit. Yeah, my biggest issue, and really the only issue, is simply the fact that every little thing kills you in one hit. No life bar, infrequent checkpoints, dense levels, sparse extra lives. It's crazy to think someone made this game without it having a life bar. Bubsy devs must have either been insane or just insanely good at video games. Honestly, this game is really not that bad. It looks crisp, I like the music, and its speedy momentum jump glide gameplay is genuinely good fun. But like I say, it's kind of infuriating to actually play it, as you'll die constantly. Within seconds, no progress at all the way back, rewatch the intro screen and hear Bubsy spout his grandpa ass one-liners. It's got the appeal of a rage game or a prank, like when there's this much on screen, you move so fast and it's non-linear. It's amazingly ballsy to make every hazard a one-hit death. This is really the only problem, and the only thing that makes Bubsy annoying. Really, if Bubsy had a life bar, nobody would hate these games. They're honestly not bad. Quite a typical platformer of its time, but I genuinely enjoy its momentum's feel. But with death so frequent and unclear, and with backtracking too, yeah, it's just really not that fun to play, I don't think. But it's a shame, because there's definitely elements of fun to it. The proper strat is to play with this constant over-cautious, tippy-tappy glide motions across the land, but it's kinda hard not to just want to go full speed, because it's, it's fun to, but it's just a hazard. Their running jumps get more height, and I really like platformers that use momentum like this. It's why Sonic CD is my favourite one, and why I think Knuckles Chaotix is fucking awesome. But imagine playing Sonic with no rings, 28 times as many enemies, and Sonic had the charisma of a toothpaste mascot. The levels need to be more spacious, preferably with no switch door backtracking too. The desert levels kinda do this, but this game still just feels like watching your least favourite Looney Tunes section repeating on a dreary Sunday 1:14 PM. Again, the speed feels fun, especially launching and gliding off of ramps, but Bubsy is just a little too non-linear to have any focused sections that make an interesting use of these movements. But I appreciate that the water level doesn't fuck around with the speed or remind me that these anthropomorphic animals have lungs and need air because realism. Also, it feels way easier later on, like the Alice in Wonderland and Beanstalk first 2 levels felt way more harder than these last few do, although they do have more noticeably vertical designs. The projectiles are a real challenge to see coming, and the power-ups are very spread out too, just your basic invincibilities and such. I do love me a good candy level though, everything being made of cake with its candles and fucking Aldi-ass sounding Chunko, off-brand chocolate bars, eclair platforms and killer jam drops, so my sugar dependency is a big fan. Now, all the little animations of Bubsy doing shit on the level entries, it's a bit annoying, yeah, but that's only because I gotta see it so often. Bubsy himself is just kinda funny to me. I don't see how he's hateable at all. He's just such a vanilla design, it gives me the feeling he was made, improvised from the office water cooler, and yet he was trusted as a whole company's mascot. A room of executives all sat down and said yes, this gliding cat with 0 drip and the personality of what your grandma finds funny, yes, he is the face of our enterprises. No, I'm kinda kidding though, I kinda feel sorry for this little cat. I know Bubsy's annoying, but his try hard to be cool type shit is so completely off that it goes into the realms of comedy genius to me. I respect the hell out of this motherfucker. He's so aggressively not cool, not funny, like the kinda kid who thinks he's hot shit. Goofy, yet with a certain corporal, personality lacking side that's a very interesting contrast. It's not funny because the game or character are inherently shit, but just because he's such a nothing character who's so full of himself, he's pathetic in a way that I really quite enjoy. And also, while we're here, if Bubsy 3D is one of the worst games you've ever played, then my guy, you ain't played many games. Hell, even in the last, let's see, it's been like 20 minutes. Yeah, I've played about at least like 5 games that are all just as arguably bad and don't have Bubsy 3D's mesmerising, weird core acid trip ass shit. That makes it a genuinely one-of-a-kind experience. Critical reception, be for bitches. The basic collectible's got that Sonic 3 special stage orb looking smooth gem type shit. And you gotta break boxes to get power-ups and bonuses, but most of these crates are usually just traps, slippery bananas, or full of nails. God damn, who's going around filling crates with nails for cats to run into, bro? Thank fuck our boy Crashy Bandy Candy ain't fucking about here. But yeah, the music I really enjoy. It's got this really bouncy, upbeat, Saturday morning cartoon kinda triumphant energy that's pretty infectious. The melodies are lively and the tempo changes and shifts in the song are pretty interesting and catch you by surprise. It's snappy riffs and Casio keyboard trumpets going full blast. So yeah, overall, Bubsy ain't great because of only one small problem, but really it's just one of the games people hate because they don't know anything else about it. But it still definitely has its flaws, and it's a good example of not overlooking the basics. As with a life bar, we'd have ourselves a fun, speedy platformer, even if still just a little too on the where the fuck is anything kind of side. But alas, Bubsy must be designated to the shit zone, because I guess liking something ironically and genuinely, for different reasons, different attributes separate from the whole, is just not possible, because, I guess, someone else said so.